we back. Season 4, Series 4, they say in the Jolly UK. Peaky fucking blinders. We're going right here. I assume they didn't change the location. Birmingham, England. Let's do it. My shaky hand here. Alright, how's it going? We got Drewz Viewz over here. Peaky Blinders, Season 4, premiere. On the last season now. I still don't know if this is the end or, we're getting an episode or a Series 5, but hopefully it'll continue, but we'll see. Maybe it'll be an end here. Where is the storyline going to go from here? I assume it's going to be a normal time jump. Series started in 1919, then it was 21, 23 last time. I assume 25 here. Mid-decade of the roaring old 20s. Normally they start like the first, maybe like a cold opener, a beginning scene from the previous timeline, then jump it forward. Maybe we'll just start right in the following timeline this time, because I don't know, last time Tommy somewhat betrayed the family. He's doing what he had to a certain extent, but I don't know if they're all going to see it that way. I certainly don't think they will. I was in a spot with the end of the season 3 finale there where you basically, Polly, Michael, John, and Arthur all had to go to prison for an indeterminate amount of time because Michael made the plea deal, or Tommy rather made the plea deal, calling Michael Tommy because he's turning into Tommy a little bit. That was sprinkled throughout last season. That's been his arc, turning into the gangster. I assume everyone's mad at him about this, and Arthur was trying to leave, of course. He's had a lot of character progression from the beginning of the series. He's one of the best characters and actors too that plays him. Paul Anderson, I think his name is. Holly's a great character and actress also. She's had a lot of progression from the beginning till now. Last season especially was focused on her kind of being a more proper woman sort of thing. She's even saying at some points, we need to comport ourselves differently now. She got in a little bit of a relationship with this kind of upper class painter guy. It seemed like he was maybe a spy. It didn't turn out to be the case, but I doubt we'll see him again, but maybe, I don't know. They've been setting up the issues between her and Tommy already. At the beginning, it was because who gets control over what. They're both the two most competent people around in the family. And then it's with her son, who Tommy found in the first place, but with her son now that's back in her life. How much of a gangster is he becoming? So we'll see. They're both in jail now, mother and son, so I'm assuming they still are at least. But with her and with the women in general last season, that was a big theme of the last season. We'll see if that continues. I think the suffrage movement had just been current in these timelines anyway. Women just got the vote, and in America at least. I'm not sure what the deal was in the UK there, but there's a whole scene last season with the women's march kind of thing, or whatever it was. But even Polly was a little separate from the other younger women in that, because they had less power than her and that sort of thing already. She wasn't taking it as seriously. Arthur, part of his turnaround has been his new wife from last season, who's very Christian and all that, but also is like a shrewd kind of businesswoman negotiator as well. I assume she'll be back here. And John, he's kind of a static character, but he still causes a lot of trouble. Like a lot of the trouble last season was started by him, led to, obviously, Grace's death, which was a big thing in the season last year. So that had Tommy all fucked up, and maybe led to some of his poor decision making. But overall, mostly, he's to blame as well, not just John. It's ultimately, most things he's to blame for. He wanted the family to be going a certain direction. The higher they climb in the criminal world, the more danger they're in, clearly, and now they're dealing with these government people. They had control over him. Now he's made a deal. He said, we'll probably find out more about it this episode, I assume. Whoever he made a deal with even higher up people to get out under the thumb of Churchill or whoever. So we shall see here, but that's always been a constant, and I assume it's going to continue. Tommy making decisions for the family that have consequences for everyone. So it's the rise of power in the gangster world here, but yeah. But yeah, those are some of the main continuing and themes throughout the show, and especially last season here. So also, it's been like 3 weeks since I watched the last episode, maybe a little more even. So I'm trying to remember everything. I remember pretty well what went down, you know. They definitely wrapped up the Russian storyline, at least it seems like. That was another big character, the Tatiana, kind of indicative of women taking over a little bit too. I think she got out from under her family and made moves, taking all the jewels and all that. We had Solomon's doing stuff toward the end of last season, going in and out of siding with Tommy or not, betraying him or not. Hopefully he's back. Tom Hardy this season. Love to see him. And what I was just going to go into, I know, I mentioned it last time, I know Adrian Brody's in this season because I saw, you know, it's a thumb clip on Netflix, so I'm assuming that means there's going to be some Americans coming in here, or they're going to go there, or something or other. American gangsters probably, or who knows what. Tommy and them had already been talking about making moves in Boston. I think Ada was supposed to get a job over there too. She's back with the family now, so her storyline's always kind of like, is she with them or not? She have her own ideals that she wants to fight for, or is she gonna be pulled back in by the money and the comfort and all that and family and everything? So yeah, I went over a lot of the characters and stuff. I'm pretty much ready to bang right on here and watch season 4 episode 1. So I'm gonna do it right now. This episode's called The Noose, huh? Sounds ominous. This was the end of last season then, alright? I think this might be the first time we've gotten a little flashback type of thing. Or just a previously on type of thing.
People even more powerful than our enemies.
Who are these people? Looks like a noose right there. A few of them, huh? I kept been expecting Arthur to die one of these seasons or episodes, but he's still alive at this point.
What is it, Sunday?
They're getting hanged? I mean, there's no way they're all about to die. And Michael's freaking out. Who'd she just see there? This has to be some type of fake out.
Why would the king intervene?
He names Winston Churchill.
You woke me up for this.
And he also sent us this. Among the papers he stole was that letter from the king himself, which proves his majesty was involved.
Blackmail.
Put me through to his majesty.
This is gonna be a close one.
With this throat, pull me up to heaven.
I don't think you're going up there, Polly. How close are they gonna cut it here? Well, it's an intense season opening.
Shelby has asked for the king to award him an OBE, sir.
Whatever that is. Alright, yep, so it's 25th. So the last scene I think was about a year later, and now it's the traditional 2 years later. I would imagine. The children are doing Red Right Hand is a Christmas Carol. Seeing a couple names I don't recognize on here. Charlie Murphy. That's Tommy Webb. He's looking different. Boom. Midland Hotel, alright.
Someone new, Billy.
I've wrapped all Charlie's presents and left them in the room.
Lizzie still works for him then? Wonder if she got married or anything. Looks like there's a ring on her finger, but...
Party at John's big house. Good for him.
Just turn up, bring Charlie. Tommy, you've never even seen Arthur's kid. Charlie should know his cousins. On Christmas Day, it'll be just you and Charlie.
And the horse. Sex, freedom, whiskey sours.
The name of my memoir. I don't really know why she still works for him. I mean, or cares about him, honestly. That's the new one. The song sounds familiar. Those glasses just make him look so different. And we got Scarface over here.
Woman, what is? You and your convener causing all the trouble. How's your mother? She says that when she was inside the noose, she saw spirits. She's running seances, but people just come into the house to steal things.
So she's doing great.
Keep it off whiskey. Throw away the tablets.
Is that Polly?
Oh, my sweet. Oh, my heart.
Is it her daughter thinks she's talking to?
Inside the loop.
Wonder if that's from the painter.
It's okay. I'm staying with Polly.
That doesn't seem like a good idea.
I'll get through to her.
Very confident, Ada.
John had a rope around his neck. He shit himself.
Alright, it's made up, then, isn't it?
How's Arthur?
For Christmas, get him a sewing kit. So he can sew his fucking balls back on.
Linda? I guess whatever that letter was that Polly had, it looks the same as this, so it wasn't from the guy. And obviously they still didn't go to California when he got out, I guess, like they were planning.
Be careful with Billy in there, there's a cock.
Keeping the long hair, I guess.
Your Auntie Ada's coming, all the way from America.
Billy boy. It's the Union woman, I would assume.
You don't have a women's lavatory on the second floor because no women get this far up.
I can't believe how many different versions of this song they get. I wonder if they, like, the show commissions bands and stuff to make new versions of the song, or there's just that many covers, or what. Alright, so that was a boss move right there by her.
Different factories, different rights.
Both factories are owned by you, Mr. Shelby. The Bilston Forgings and Presses factory in the name of Canalside and the Canal Warehousing in Gas Street.
Sweetheart. And I will cut the pay of the mail cutters in the Rover by 5 shillings.
I will bring all my members out on strike. You will hear the whistles blow all across Birmingham.
So I guess Tommy is like the complete main boss in Birmingham now. Across all industries, everything.
I thought Charlie could do with some company, so I asked Johnny Dogs if he knew anyone who liked to eat goose. Lots of children. With Johnny's tribe, new ones might be born on the floor.
Cool shot right there. Peaky Blinders does love its center shots. Everyone's getting these mysterious letters. Looks like he's the only one opening it, or did he even? Distressing news? Oh. The Italian name, it looks like. Is this have something to do with what happened last season too with the mafia? Maybe letting the wife go to America was not a good idea.
As you know, Arthur's previous endeavours have left us with no need for a salary. He drives old people and cripples.
Yeah, well, something to do.
I just got delivered a black fucking hand to the house. From local Chancrator.
Linda's not gonna like this. So, it was the son, not the mom. This might be where our Brody comes in.
Linda, you stay here. Fucking Arthur pulled the trigger!
You know, it makes no fucking difference. For the Wops, it's family.
It was your fault, ultimately, John, that specific thing.
We're the family now.
I'm actually gonna attempt something on Christmas.
I've got a gun in the glove compartment. You take that for now. Hug me like you came out here because you were emotional.
I am emotional. I just don't know what fucking emotion it is.
She's obviously gonna figure something out. Is Arthur finally gonna get it? Now I don't know. I keep thinking he is in the show, but
Some eggs, you give them to Polly, all right? And you, keep your eyes on the road.
he's the mafia man, probably. There he is, the pianist himself.
We're Americans. Says it right there on the paper.
And what's the purpose of your visit?
Pleasure.
I guess
haven't you
Michael
opened
didn't get
your
his own
post?
letter, just Polly.
Ladies coming today.
Ash sent her apron.
Any other messages for Tommy?
Yeah, fuck off.
You don't think I'd recognise his strategies?
You can't spend another year like this, Mum.
Or get them tablets out of
See
there.
your sister in that chair sometimes.
Bought these.
So Tommy said keep it off the whiskey.
I give those. Santa.
What, does Santa get? Like pie in England? Not cookies? Yeah, I think you would have people guarding the house at this point. Maybe he does. Oh, it's gonna be Ada.
What is it? Time machine?
My God, Tommy Shelby. Is that regret? You mean back home?
Is this gonna get them back together?
Finn's already there.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Finn. It's barely a character.
Do you think I'm on the list?
Didn't figure this out, Ada?
I gave my gun to Arthur.
I think Tommy has plenty.
Holy shit. It's Father Christmas.
Yeah.
Where are all their kids? I have a bad feeling about this.
If you have to pull a gun on Linda, do it. Merry Christmas.
I feel like this episode has a little more comedy than usual. It's dark comedy, but
How am I going to get through Christmas without them?
I'll help
They
you.
don't open anything.
this is sad.
Door was wide open.
Oh, and Michael still doesn't know about the...
No, you stay.
I feel like something's gonna happen before this family meeting goes down.
But Chef insists on knowing what time the guests will arrive. Will they arrive before the King's speech or after?
Is it gonna be the King's speech from the movie?
When did he join us?
October.
Oh. Is he Italian?
He's Italian, sir.
Oh.
He brought an assistant with him. He calls him his sous chef. I'd be happy to sit at your table.
Is this gonna be a red herring or what?
Antonio.
I bet he's American.
Yeah, £10. The lay notice.
My hand has blood.
Oh, mine too. I just gave him £10. Didn't mean a fucking thing to him. Maybe it isn't you that pays him. Man called Darby Sabini?
I never met him.
No. Antonio was sent from New York.
I don't know, please.
It's about to be curtains for Antonio, I think.
Antonio!
Gonna get carved up like Christmas goose.
Huh?
Ooh.
How many fucking came from New York?
My God.
Did he fucking say? He said fuck you! Yeah!
I think you could have guessed that that was a curse, Tommy. Now Tommy's all decked out in some Christmas red.
Burnham? No. This one's a message.
All right.
Bengal Romanich.
Let's get the band back together. At least the poor housekeeper won't get to eat
I've told
dinner.
Arthur, but I can't reach John.
He still remembers his mom, at least what she looks like.
Oh, fuck sure.
If we can look after ourselves.
Tommy says that they could come for us today, Ezra.
Tommy says. Are you his fucking parrot?
New York mafia we're talking about.
And we're the Peaky fucking blinders.
No, we're not, John. We're not the Peaky fucking blinders unless we're together.
It's Christmas Day.
Oh, someone's gonna pop out of this fucking thing. Shit. Bunch of them. Fuck. Get down, Michael. Oh, John's fucking dead. Oh, fuck. Is Michael dying too? Well. Alright. I got to say that was a great fucking episode. I love that episode. I think John definitely just got murked. So RIP, I mean, that's fucked, but I mean, if a Shelby had to go, I probably would have chose him. I mean, I definitely didn't want Arthur. That's obviously not going to be a Tommy. Michael got clipped at least once there. I kind of feel like, well, I don't know how he's going to get out, survive. You know, I feel like the gunmen, there's 3 of them at least, so they're just going to come in. I don't know if they're going to try to kill Esme too, or what's going to happen here, but I think if they're going to have Michael die right there, at least they would have showed it like John, him getting hit a bunch of times, but we'll see. Obviously, it's only going to further issues with Polly and Tommy and everything, but overall, yeah, a lot of good, some of the most action that's ever been in a premiere, I think. Great camera shots, cinematography is always great on this show, but some really classic shots there, covered in blood, everything. I like the little twist with the Italian, the cook and everything, makes sense. You could tell right away that guy was one of the gangsters in the kitchen, even when you saw the other guys coming in, Adrian Brody and his men coming in before. I assume Brody's gonna be the main guy from the, New York Mafia that's here, we'll see. Like I mentioned during the episode, but I was like laughing out loud at a lot of lines, so the writing was really good in this one too. I guess kind of the different positions they're in makes it, gives it a new spin, basically being that Tommy's completely, as I suspected, removed from the family now. Obviously Polly hates him, Michael's still working for him, clearly. Lizzie's still working for him. I don't know if Lizzie and Michael are supposed to be like together now or something. I don't know if that was an implication. He was saying like, me and Lizzie think this and that. I guess it could just be because just the two higher ups in terms of Tommy's circle, but Linda and Esme obviously hate Tommy. I don't exactly know how Arthur and John feel about him at this point. It seemed like Lizzie was telling him to come to John's New Year's party, which is obviously not going to happen now. The first main Shelby to go, I guess. Wow. knew something had happened. I mean, it is kind of fitting, is like I'd said multiple times this time too in the past, even though Tommy signed off on it, and even though he's ultimately responsible for everything that happens to the show, he's really, at the end of the day, the direct issue with this Changrati family was caused by John mouthing off at that meeting and insulting him. So, and he's always been the most, kind of, well, I don't know if he's the most off the handle, because Arthur's flown off the handle a lot of times, but he is more of the PTSD and stuff, and he seems much more chill now. John has been always, kind of like I said before the episode, more of a static character. He's just always been a certain kind of way, give no fucks attitude till the end, even when he's saying to Michael when he shows up, like, we can take care of ourselves, we're the Peaky Blinders. But Michael is right, they only are if they're together. So, yeah, it's hard to talk about the rest of the episode with that ending there, but Polly obviously in a very bad way, and the most out of all of them, it looks like. She really went off the deep end. And then Ada, too, was a big part of this episode, and there's clearly a disconnect with her and the rest of the family now, too, because also, like Tommy, she didn't, still working for him also in Boston, I guess, and she didn't have to go to jail either, and so the 4 that did are a little removed from the 2 that didn't of the Shelbys. But I hope Polly gets it together by the end of the season. I'm assuming that would happen. Maybe this will be a little bit of a wake-up call for her, or will this push her further off? I don't know. I mean, I guess it remains to see what happens to Michael. If he's just took a wound, but he's going to live, I think it's going to be Polly's going to get it together and try to go toe-to-toe with Tommy again, which she really can't. I liked how she was pointing it out. It's cool. And Michael's bringing the champagne. She's like, oh, so Tommy said, get me off the whiskey and all that stuff. Even though she's not all there mentally, talking to ghosts and stuff, she still knows Tommy's tricks and everything. She still knows him very well. So we want to see her back in a place where she can challenge him a bit and all that. Even before the whole hammer got dropped at the end of the last finale, she was saying she had a different vision for the future of the Shelby company. So, and the women were all agreeing with her, wanting to hear it. So we'll see if that happens. But if Michael is dead here, then I think she should just commit suicide or go completely off the deep end. We'll see, but I don't think it's gonna happen for the story. But we'll see. But again, with her vision for the future and with the continuing, definitely the themes of women trying to take charge, equal rights, all that stuff is still coming through this season. There's a whole little set piece with I don't know if she's a union boss or whatever she is, but she's leading the women at the one factory for the equal wages, since he owns the other factory too. Trying to go toe-to-toe with Tommy there too. So I assume that'll be a storyline running through the season as well. Unless all the Shelbys just get killed next episode, and then it's what would it be like? A couple episodes of Adrian Brody drinking espresso. I don't know, Lizzie going to do something. The remaining gypsies wandering around. No, that's not gonna happen. There's gonna be, there's 6 episodes again in this season. Like every season, we got 5 to go. I'm jazzed up. I'm excited about this. Like I've said, I really like this episode a lot, and I'm really excited to see the next one, and maybe I'll have a little more to say about it in the intro next time. So join me back next time for that. Drewz Viewz here, Peaky Blinders. Be back next time, season 6, episode 2. R.I.P. John, and until then, I'm out of here. Peace.